Did you know that engaging in calming or relaxation types of activities can be actually really beneficial even when we aren't anxious? Today, I'm sharing a technique called relaxation training, which has been clinically shown to be just as effective in treating or decreasing the symptoms of anxiety disorders as a cognitive behavioral therapy. Let's get to it. It's really easy to only go to these calming techniques when we are actively in a state of anxiety or on the verge of panic. And yeah, of course, these calming techniques are meant to calm us, to relax us, so they can be very effective in those moments of anxiety. However, if you have ever experienced anxiety or panic in your lifetime, then you probably know that it's pretty difficult to even think or remember that these types of activities exist as an option to calm ourselves down. Especially when that protective system is just in full swing. It's totally taken over our mind and our body. It's doing everything in its power to keep us safe, and thinking to calm ourselves down is just not part of the system. Another caveat I hear from clients is that when they use these techniques only in the moment of when they're experiencing anxiety, then typically the anxiety will just start right back up after engaging in this activity, which isn't super beneficial. Or it simply takes what feels like forever to fully calm down, even though it is actually just the simple nature of the nervous system to take 15 or 20 minutes of actively using these calming techniques to calm down, to switch over into our parasympathetic state. It can feel pretty defeating in the moment when we're, engaging in these calming techniques and it just feels like they aren't working. On top of just feeling really good when we engage in calming activities to get into that calm, relaxed, safe state, there are a few other key benefits that I want to go over in today's video. When we engage in calming and relaxing activities with intention, with mindfulness, we are actually sending signals from the body to the brain to tell it that it is safe and that it no longer has to send out those protective signals that we feel that are so uncomfortable. For more information or just a refresher about the amygdala and the fight-flight-freeze system, check out this video. Similarly, for our nervous system, when we engage in these calming or relaxing types of activities, we are kind of teaching the nervous system how to calm down. And in fact, we're teaching it that it can calm down because it can often get dysregulated, especially when we are constantly triggered or if we've experienced trauma. When we use our body through these calming activities to send signals to the brain to tell it that it's actually safe, it kind of starts to relax, and it will over time learn how to relax and maybe even sense when we're actually safe and not in danger. So when we set aside time for these calming activities, when we practice them on a regular basis, then we are regularly sending those signals to our brain, to our nervous system, that we're calm or safe. We are not actively in danger. And over time, this will just help us feel less stressed, less anxious all the time, less panicked. The strength and the frequency of those very uncomfortable anxiety symptoms, the fight, flight, freeze, protective symptoms that we feel when we're anxious, will start to decrease over time when we regularly practice these calming techniques. We're re-regulating our nervous system. So incorporating regular relaxation training, regular calming activities into your daily life can have just really powerful benefits. I'm going to run through a few different options of just ideas for different calming techniques today, so I can kind of get the creative juices flowing, so you can kind of get an idea of, what do I want to put into my daily life? What makes the most sense for me? What am I interested in? What types of activities are effective for me, and how easy would they be to kind of latch them onto other routines perhaps that I already have in my life. Now, it's really important to note that relaxation training doesn't have to take up a whole bunch of time. Like I just said, it can be added to an already implemented routine, like a bedtime routine or a morning routine or a mid-afternoon break, whatever works best for you. Maybe at first this looks like aiming for practicing one calming activity 3 days a week. We'll attach it to a routine or we'll do it separately, whatever your preference. Alrighty, so here are just a few to get you started. Breathing exercises are super handy because we have our breath everywhere we go. This can look like box breathing or trying to elongate our exhale, whatever kind of floats your boat, whatever you've practiced before. I will actually link a few different exercises or techniques down in the description that are guided activities, I will say, so you can try them out on your own time. And if you prefer more movement-based practices, or if you just find sitting still to be really difficult, yoga might be a great option. There are so many free practices online on YouTube. Literally just type in yoga into the search bar. So many will come up. You can take your pick. Mindful walking can also be a great alternative if yoga's really not your jam. Either way, pairing movement with breath can just have a really wonderfully calming effect. Again, I'll add a practice or two down in the description so you have a few to choose from to try out. Meditation is another great option, and truly it does not have to be 30 minutes of meditation or even 15 minutes of meditation. Simply setting aside 3 to 5 minutes, during your coffee break or whatever that looks like can be a great option and will actually have still some really powerful benefits. And if meditation sounds interesting to you, but you've tried guided ones and they're just not for you or they really stress you out, then maybe listening to just calming music could be a good option. One way to practice a meditation without that guided portion by just listening to calming music could look like setting up the ambiance, setting up your space so it's really comfy, cozy, those types of things, maybe even dimming the lights. Trying to eliminate external distractions, at least those of which that we have in our control, such as, turning the TV off or all of our devices like our phone, putting everything on silent, closing the door so you can be uninterrupted if you would like, or if that's realistic for your lifestyle. Turning on that calming music of choice, finding a comfortable position of your choice. That can be lying down, that can be seated. Maybe you want to use comfy items like pillows or blankets, things like that. And then you can choose a focus point. So something that you want to focus your attention on. And that could be on what our breath is feeling like or sounding like. That could be on the music itself, or the sounds that are outside or just in your environment. As the mind wanders away, as I promise you that it will, that's just what it does. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. We just refocus our attention back on whatever we wanted to focus on, breath, music, etc. I hope that these ideas will get you off to a good start with relaxation training and that they positively impact your life. And if this information has been helpful at all for you, please do give that a thumbs up just to let me know that it's been helpful and I can make more videos similar to it. And please feel free to reach out if you have any clarification questions or anything like that. I'll see you next time.